Hey, welcome once again to another retro trailer reaction. I'm going to do a nice horror, a nice old horror from 1973, one of the greatest horrors of all time, The Exorcist. I'm going to do a reaction to the trailer. The original trailer, it's less than 2 minutes long. But yeah, the Exorcist, what can you say about that movie? I did actually watch it, not that long after it came out. I don't know if we had it on a video. Well, we definitely had it on a video, but whether it was like a pirate video maybe, because in them days, videos didn't come out for ages after the film had come out. Like, it used to be like the film would come out, and then like a year later it would be video. I think a year later you'd get it on video. I think, like, not nowadays. Like, it's within weeks practically of finishing at the cinema. You can buy a video of it. In them days, you couldn't buy a video for ages. And in fact, I think when the videos first came out, I think they were like expensive, and only the shops had them, and you could hire it out from the shop. You didn't have like the home video where you bought the video yourself and you could watch it in your own time. And as for coming on the television, I swear it wasn't until about 3 years after the film was finished at the cinema that it actually came in, was able to see it on television. Not like you do nowadays, all the extra channels that you've got. You normally can see a new film within a year of it, coming out. So it's a lot quicker nowadays than it was then. But anyway, we did watch it at some point around my dad's. I remember my dad had it, but it wouldn't have been in '73 because I was only 4 then, and I'm sure I was older than 4 when I watched this. So I think it was maybe 5 years later. I'm thinking I must have been probably about 7 or 8 or so when I saw this. I can't remember being super scared or I don't know. I can't remember now. It's so long ago. I think I was a bit daunted by it. I did watch quite a few horror movies, especially around my dad's. But it was mainly the Hammer horror movies, and they were really, compared to this, like minimal scares, really. But anyway, let's just crack on with it and see what I can recall. Got a great score with tubular bells. I think it's this one. Can't even see anything. It's just a black screen.
Somewhere between science and superstition, there is another world. The world of darkness. Nobody expected it. Nobody believed it. And nothing could stop it.
There are no experts. You probably know as much about possession as most priests. Look, your daughter...
Well, that's really halfway through it already. It's kind of interesting though. A trailer nowadays would show you all the good bits by now. You'd have seen so many of the blinking, important scenes, at least clips of it. But this one is keeping it deliberately mysterious. You was in darkness for the first 10 seconds of the blinking video, and I do like the voiceover as well, and like the aura of fear that it's kind of giving you. I think, yeah, and not really seeing things that well. It's kind of like it has given it a certain mystique, like a sort of haunting kind of like, what the hell's going on kind of thing. It's immediately sort of piquing my interest. I know what happens because I've seen the bloody film, but I can just imagine what it was like watching it back in the day. It was like, wow, what's this all about? This is sort of daunting and scary kind of feeling just from the trailer. There's actually... I don't know, maybe because I'm so inured to horror movies nowadays from watching so many, you don't really get scared by a trailer, do you? You might get a little bit scared watching a movie if you're sitting at home watching it on your own, maybe. But normally, not really. But there's something about this, it just feels more... I don't know, maybe I've got that feeling in my head because I know this is a classic horror movie and in its time it was scary. Maybe I'm sort of... my mind is playing tricks on me, making me think it's scarier than it is. But it does, I don't know, something about this trailer and the fact it's not really showing you much. You're seeing shadows and you're seeing silhouettes, and the little bit of minimalist music that you're hearing makes it feel like a bit more viscerally scary, a bit more like, ooh, there's a little bit of a chill going down the spine, that kind of thing. But anyway, let's just crack on. And yeah, you see the 70s style.
Isn't my daughter. Now I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!
You're not even seeing Regan, the girl. I think her name's Regan. You're not even seeing her, really, are you? Linda Blair. Is it Linda Blair, the actress? I think it is. You're hearing her screams, and you're hearing the effects of the poltergeist demonic activity, but you're not really seeing her yet with her green skin. I think she has green skin. She looks like death, doesn't she? I'm sure you're not going to see the vomit scene in this trailer or the blinking head turning scene. You might do, but yeah, for its time, that was really kind of. Woo! That was a real eye opener. The blinking projectile vomit everywhere. That was quite disgusting. And it's been parodied in a few comedy horrors in its time as well. That's such a well-known scene. I mean, there were some right grim bits in it for its time. I mean, I'm not sure that there's a bit where she's like walking on her hands, like backwards, kind of thing, like it's like a spider going down the stairs. I think that might have been an extra that was clipped out for the original movie, but that's really kind of like, ooh, like she like crawls down the stairs backwards, and there's the whole bit where she goes downstairs when everyone's having a party and just pisses on the floor in front of everybody, and then later on when she's got the fucking crucifix, fuck me Jesus, fuck me, or whatever the fuck she's doing, it's like stabbing herself in the blinking. It's like, oh man, it's a bloody grim movie still to this day, and the voice of the woman who is it, someone Mercedes, I think her name is, I can't remember what the actress's name is, but that's a real voice. There's no like special voice effects, I don't think. She's literally just a woman who had the really sort of powerful gravelly voice doing that whole demonic possession. Is it Pazuzu who's possessing Regan? And it's just the voice that this woman put. I'm sure her name's Mercedes or whatever, but the voice she puts on is just it's just real kind of like fingernails down blackboard, kind of like teeth on edge kind of voice that she puts on, and your mother sucks cocks in hell and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's just carry on. But I swear you haven't seen her yet, so I don't know if you're going to get a reveal of her at the end. But I think you see her like in silhouette, like in darkness kind of thing. But it's kind of providing more mystery and more kind of intrigue and like. Yeah, but the fact that show less is more. You know, they knew that less was more in making trailers in that day. Like nowadays, I swear, like sometimes you look at a film trailer nowadays and you go, you know what, I don't think I need to go and see that film now, because you could practically tell what's going to happen because the clips have sort of shown. You know, there's one from watch the other day, and I swore it showed the end of the film. Anyway, let's just carry on with this one and see what happens. We're going to get a jump scare at the end. Have we had the Tubular Bells soundtrack yet? I don't think we have we? We've had some very minimalist musical bits that have kind of added an extra edge of chill to it. Oh, there she is.
The one hope. The only
Oh, yeah, classic.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Pretty chilling, that is. That's it. Didn't get the music. I can't remember what the music is now. It's the Tubular Bells music. I'm sure that's in The Exorcist. I'm not confusing it with another film. I probably am. That's probably Halloween. No, Halloween is something. I can't remember now. I feel really daft. I'm sure there's an Exorcist. But anyway, yeah, that was a very decent trailer. That was definitely. If I imagine watching that back in the day, I would have been like, "Oh man, that looks like it's going to be scary as heck." Or just interesting as heck, even. But I certainly would have wanted to watch it in 1973 when I was only 4. I was probably more interested in watching Bambi or some kind of Disney film. I'm pretty sure I went to see The Fox and the Hounds in the 70s at the cinema with my mum. That was definitely more my speed in 1973. But I swear it wasn't a great deal of time after that I saw it. I don't know when exactly, though. I don't think it was the 80s. I'm sure it was still in the 70s that I saw it, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. You know, it's like I'm probably 53 now. My brain doesn't remember what I did yesterday, let alone how many years ago. 50 years ago. What? Where did them 50 years go? Oh, that's the scariest thing. That's the scariest thing, remembering how old you're going to be on your next birthday. It's like, my God, existential dread. Existential dread is worse than The Exorcist. Anyway, yeah, bloody great movie, The Exorcist. Still stands up to the test of time, to be honest. It's got scares. It's still like what's the word? Influential. You know, it's an influential movie. You know, other movies that came after it were measured by its yardstick, kind of thing. It's like, is it as good as The Exorcist? You know, does it match up to The Exorcist? And it probably invoked a whole load of exorcism style movies. I mean, you see on the thing here, you've got The Last Exorcism here. I'm sure there's like Exorcism of, and it's a woman's someone. I can't remember. There's definitely other exorcism movies around. Oh, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, is it? Yeah, there you go. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is there. You've got The Last Exorcism Part 2, Extreme Uncut Edition there. Yeah, and people are making videos about it as well. The Exorcist. How scary is The Exorcist? There's a scare score for The Exorcist there. I might go and check that out to see how scary it is. But yeah, it's definitely influential and had some great scenes in it in its time. Scenes that have like influenced and been copied by other movies are coming after it, you know. And yeah, definitely a bloody classic. The Exorcist. What did you think of The Exorcist? What did you think of my reaction? Give me your reaction to my reaction in the comments down below. Give us a sub up if you want to check out some more trailers, reactions to me from me in the future. And don't forget to give me the ever important thumbs up. We all have a thumbs up, don't we? Can't even say more words. The thumbs up have got me so excited. Anyway, so join me again for another trailer reaction sometime in the future. Thank you for coming.